We are in the thick of summer. It is really hot where I am right now. I don't know about you guys, but it's pretty warm. So I'm getting into some warm weather kits, creating some really cool stuff for the summer. And this one is no exception to the rule of absolutely beautiful. So let me tell you guys what we got going here. We've got the summer sunset double strand bracelet and earring set kit. Summer sunsets. It is so beautiful, guys. And so I put half of it together, and I figured we would do the rest together for a little bit of inspiration, or just give you an idea what the kit looks like and how it'll come together. So what I've done, guys, is I'm using some gold undertones in this particular kit, which you probably know if you've bought my kits or follow me. I don't do a lot of gold undertone very often, but we're doing some gold undertone today. And the reason is because it's just too beautiful with what we have for our gemstone. And this is very gemstone heavy because I'm including quite a few. And this is jade. This is two-tone jade beads in camellia. And this is what they look like. They are out of this world. Many of you sold me out in my store of these not long ago, but they are so beautiful, you guys. The colors, all the deviations in differences, and each bead is different. They're so stunning. As you can see, you know, we've got yellows and oranges, and there's whites, and like shades of light and dark pink. There's some orange in there. I mean, they're just beautiful. So these are 8mm. So these are 8mm two-tone jade in camellia. Okay, so you're getting a ton of those. And then the other gemstone we have are some 6mm carnelians. And these are dyed and heated, and they are just beautiful, and they look really, really well. They work well. As you can see, once I put them in there with that two-tone jade, you can barely even tell that it's not the same bead. They're just beautiful. So we're going to mix in some 6mm carnelians with the two-tone jade. In addition to that, guys, you're getting just a ton of supplies in this kit. So I've already completed one of my bracelets, and this is how I decided to put it together. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I've started my second one. And so I just started off with the wire gardening the crimp and starting my double strands. If you watch my channel, you know by now, I'm pretty infamous for starting my double or triple strands of anything with smaller beads. And it just helps them when we connect to lay a little tighter next to each other. So that's what I've done. This is how I'm starting off this guy. So he's going to be quite different. He's going to have a lot of the clear and a lot the clear rondelles and these orange here, as well as the carnelian. So I'm just going to finish stringing up this strand, and then I'll give you a little inspiration of how to maybe incorporate like the additional head pins. And of course you probably have stuff like that in your stash. If you want to be, you know, just get more elaborate, and add a bunch of dangles. You know, dangles and charms are so fun on bracelets, but certainly in the summertime, I just think I can't help myself in the summer with, you know, my charms and my dangles on my bracelets. So anyway, it's just, you know, fun in the summer, right? And so I'm using the other bead caps I have here that I didn't use on my other bracelet. And what I've done on this one is I've kind of hugged the, I put 5 of the 8mm jades on this particular strand, and then I decided to hug it to where it's a little bit different than the other strand with the orange and the clear in between there. So I think that's kind of different with 5 of the 8mm right there. So I think that looks kind of fun. So that'll be, you know, pretty much in the center, relatively speaking. And I'm just doing a pretty symmetrical pattern, actually, I think, on this one. I think I've got some symmetry going on here, which, as you know, is a little unusual for me, but I decided that that's how it's playing out. And so that's how it's playing out. It's symmetry this time. But, you know, you can design this. I've given you so many beads in this really beautiful kit. You can just do whatever you want. You can have a lot of fun. You can do some asymmetrical. You know, you can make like one bracelet even. And if you wanted to. And then you could, you know, use some of your extra beads and really pack, you know, your earrings, you know, with the curb chain. You know, I think that's the 5mm oval twisted curb chain. You know, plenty of room, you know, to dangle stuff from there, that's for sure, guys. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna crimp that off, and then we're gonna connect them together, and we'll jump over to the earrings. Really easy too, guys. Really fun, easy project, but such a beautiful color palette for the summer. So beautiful. And, you know, I'm not really, you know, crazy about orange myself, believe me. But when you mix it in like this and you tone it with the right beads, especially these are gemstones, you can't go wrong. And it does not, I don't mind it. It just really does not bother me. And it just looks beautiful, I feel, you know. Anyway, so I thought this was a beautiful kit. And, you know, it just doesn't it remind you of summer sunsets? But this time I'm doing something different and new. If you followed me for a while, as you would know, I am making a combination set. I've not done this before. So there we've got our summer sunsets, and it's just exactly what it looks like. It's so beautiful. And so what I did, guys, for my links, and you can of course do this any way you want, to put my earrings together, I used 4 of the ball and head pens. And what I did was I did one of the apricot and one of the little baby orange on 2 of them. And then I did one of the 6mm carnelians in the other 2. But I didn't use a jump ring on these ear wires. I'm just opening it, and I'm feeding my chain directly on, because it's, I think it's 5x4mm oval curb chain, twisted oval curb chain, so it just feeds on the loops beautifully, and you can see the fluidity and dangle that I just showed you on the other one, so it works out great. It's perfect, really. And then we'll just turn that loop in and go to the side a little bit with our chain nose. Just give it a tiny little squeeze, make sure that's closed. Looks good to me. And then I'm gonna feed on my dangles. So there's our earrings, so they're done. And let's finish our bracelet. So super easy, guys, obviously. You know, we're just gonna add a jump ring, and I'm gonna put both strands on, and then my clasp, there it is. And we'll close that up. And I'll grab my other 6mm jump ring. And we'll do the same thing over here. Oh, this is so pretty. Oh, I guess it would help if I put the clasp on. Hey, and so voila, there we go. And then what I want to do is I'm going to use my 4mm jump ring to add my flower. You know, I could have absolutely incorporated it, and you do whatever you want with it. But I wanted to put it on a head pin. And so I have an extra head pin. And I just want to dangle the flower ever so darlingly. Okay, I'm making up words. I don't even know if that's a word. From the bracelet. I just thought that would look kind of cute. So I'm going to make sure that's good and close. I mean, you could certainly add the eye pin, but these are 24 gauge. So you could add the eye pin, you know, directly on, but I'm going to, I'm going to add it on the 4mm jump ring, because I think these are like 21 gauge jump rings, and so they're nice and sturdy. Just completely made my loop all wonky, as you can see, but that's okay, I'll fix it. Okay. I think I fixed it. Okay. So now I'll just put that on there. And then I'll just add it to wherever. You know, you can also put it through your wire guardians. It'll, you know, you can attach this anywhere really. But I think this looks really cute. These little flowers are adorable. So there we go. And so there is the Summer Sunsets bracelet and earring kit. So adorable with our cute little dangle. Look at how pretty this is, you guys. And look at how easy, just like, again, you know, as I'm always showing you guys, look, barely even have to even do anything, and it's catching together. We have our cute little flower charm there, but look at that. Isn't that stunning? It's absolutely stunning. And with those earrings, you can't go wrong with that, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll link the kits. I hope you find your way over to my website before they are sold out. They are limited. All of my summer kits right now that I'm putting up are very limited. Because I'm pumping out quite a bit of kits, guys, and you know, in order to do that, I can't make too many of each. So, and I also think it's just, you know, we just got to keep going. We got a lot of summer to cover, a lot of color palettes to cover. So anyway, they are limited, and I hope you guys will pick up your kit. I will link them in the description box. You can also click the little shopping bag. And until next time, friends, have a wonderful, blessed weekend, and we will see you next time. Be blessed.